Good morning, everybody. We do have a chance for some flooding, some heavy rain today, and oh yeah, it's going to feel more like the mid-90s. Welcome to summer, everybody. Typical summertime pattern, end of the day, pop-up showers and storms. More hot and humid it is, that's more storm fuel. And these are typically pretty slow moving, and sometimes one can form after another, and that could lead to some flash flooding. So a couple of our National Weather Service offices, such as the one that covers Watauga and Ashe County, and also for Stanley, Anson, and Richmond County, currently covering this for the time being. That stretches off towards the east of Greensboro and for Raleigh. And here's the reason why. Check out thunderstorm potential. Here's 11 o'clock. I think you're good at that point. Once you get to about 2 o'clock, we might see a sign of it to the northwest, right around Hickory and up to the foothills. Between 2 and 4, that's where we're starting to see things flourish a little bit more. Charlotte, I think likely it's going to be late afternoon, heading into the early evening. You're going to hear me say that timing a lot over the next couple of months. And notice how rain is a little bit more widespread right over here in Albemarle. I think the way that we have atmospheric conditions, one storm after another, also with the time of day, there's a better chance that we see one storm training after another, which leads to an elevated flood threat. That's exactly what happened just south of Uptown a few days ago, late last week. And then we should be done with everything pretty much right around midnight. Here's a look at our futurecast rain totals heading through the evening. Up to about 7 o'clock, maybe anywhere from a quarter to an inch of rain. Hate such a great range, but it's exactly what's going to happen. Some of us barely seeing any, some seeing over an inch. I think 1 to 2 inches not out of the realm of possibility, even above that, depending on certain localized communities. So the report over in Gastonia, 1.14, could actually be 2 inches, say in South Gastonia, where it's a different rain meter. Just very isolated, heavier rain totals because of the setup. The reason why I think we're seeing a little bit more rain to the northeast is because that front dips down to the south. If you have a front on a hot and humid day, that drives up all that energy into the upper atmosphere. And the reason why we're so hot and humid is because of this Bermuda high. This is a big steerer of tropical systems, but it also drives in more tropical moisture. That's why today will feel more like the mid-90s. So story number 2, the heat. Each and every day pretty much feeling like the mid to the upper 90s. 89 is our actual air temperature high for today around Charlotte. And then over the next 3 days, I think you're fine today and tomorrow. But once you get to about Wednesday, that's where we start to get around that major heat impact range, meaning it feels like 100 degrees plus. So we're not looking at any heat advisories, I think, for this week, but we're getting pretty close, especially when we hit 95 on Sunday. Today's also the best chance, I think, for widespread or at least scattered showers and thunderstorms. But the lower 90s, by the way, the average high in July, 90 and 91. So this is actually a little bit more of a July 7-day forecast compared to June, but hey, close enough. Right, Becca? How's the morning commute looking so far?
Mentally preparing myself for this forecast for this upcoming